Survival games are some of the most fun and immersive games, but a lot of them are really expensive. That's why I've searched the internet to find the golden nuggets of free survival games, which you can download on Steam right now. So let's get started. Number 1. Deathly Stillness. A free-to-play zombie shooter with a big focus on fast-paced action in the survival genre. In this game, you find yourself in a desolate world, filled with hordes of the undead, and your main goal is to stay alive as long as possible. You'll be armed with various weapons, and you must then navigate through eerie environments, take down hordes of zombies with precise shooting and quick reflexes. And the game is a really straightforward yet thrilling experience, and perfect for you if you enjoy intense combat and the challenge of survival against relentless zombie attacks. Number 2. Arid. A survival game in a harsh desert environment. You play as a pilot that's crash landed, and you must endure extreme conditions to survive. You will need to manage your resources carefully. This includes your water, food, and shelter, while also dealing with the scorching heat and dangerous wildlife all around you. And the game has a big emphasis on the realistic survival mechanics, and it requires you to explore, scavenge for supplies, and craft tools to improve your chances of survival. And it offers a really challenging and immersive experience if you enjoy this kind of realistic survival scenario while you're exploring hostile environments. Number 3. Darwin Project. This one is a bit different, as in it combines survival mechanics with battle royale. But the game is set in a dystopian future where you play as 1 in 10 contestants, and you're all thrown into a snowy arena where you must survive in the harsh environment while still hunting down the other players. The game also features a unique system, which is the show director, who can then influence the match by closing zones, dropping supplies, or even targeting specific players. And the game has a big focus on crafting, tracking, and outsmarting your opponents. And the game offers a really fresh take on the battle royale genre, blending survival mechanics with the fast-paced action. Number 4. Will to Live Online. Now, Will to Live is a free-to-play MMORPG set in a post-apocalyptic world that is filled with danger and mystery. You will need to survive against hostile creatures, dangerous environments, and other players while exploring a vast open world. You can choose from various different characters, all with their unique skills and abilities, and you will then engage in a variety of activities, including questing, crafting, and PvP. And the game has a big focus on the realistic survival elements. This could be managing your hunger, thirst, and radiation levels, and it offers a pretty immersive experience if you enjoy a mix of survival and RPG mechanics. Number 5. Muck. A survival game that combines elements of crafting, building, and roguelike gameplay. In Muck, you find yourself stranded on an island, and you must then gather resources, craft tools and weapons, and build shelters to survive against the waves of enemies that all come out at night. The entire world is procedurally generated, which will make every playthrough quite different, and the game has a big mix of survival and fast-paced action that'll definitely keep you on your toes. And the game offers a fun and chaotic survival experience if you enjoy the blend of resource management and combat in an ever-changing world. Number 6. Stay Out. An MMO survival game this time, set in a dark post-apocalyptic world, and you'll need to explore a vast, dangerous territory filled with mutated creatures, hostile environments, and hidden treasures. You will also need to scavenge for resources, craft equipment, and form alliances with others to survive. And the game has a big emphasis on exploration and discovery, while also a focus on realistic survival mechanics. This could be managing your hunger, thirst, and injuries. And Stay Out has a really rich immersive world with a good blend of PvE and PvP elements that fans of survival and MMO games will enjoy. Number 7. Crossout. In this game, you build custom combat vehicles in a post-apocalyptic world, and you do this with vast array of parts, and you then battle against other players in intense, fast-paced action. You can design your own vehicles to suit your playstyle. You could decide crafting a nimble, speedy, or even a heavily armored tank. And with a ton of different game modes, including PvE and PvP, it offers a really unique blend of creativity, strategy, and action, and it's perfect for you if you enjoy customizing and battling in a chaotic post-apocalyptic world. Number 8. Zombie Carnage. A first-person shooter that'll pit you against other players in a quite thrilling zombie-themed battle. In this game, you can either play as a zombie or a human, and they all have their own unique abilities and playstyle. As a human, you'll use weapons and strategy to survive, while as a zombie, you'll rely on your numbers and special powers to overwhelm your enemy. And with a ton of different game modes, maps, and a progression system, Zombie Carnage 2 offers a fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping action with a quite fun twist. Number 9. Unturned. A free-to-play sandbox survival game where the world is teeming with zombies, and the game features a very distinct blocky art style and offers a rich mix of survival mechanics, crafting, and exploration. You will need to scavenge for food, water, and weapons while building shelters and defending yourself against zombies. And with both single player and multiplayer, you can team up with your friends if you want to, or even try and take them down. But Unturned's open world environment, combined with very deep crafting system and a challenging survival element, makes it a really engaging and enjoyable experience. Number 10. 10, Nomad, an open world survival game that will really immerse you in a vast, procedurally generated landscape. And in Nomad, you must gather resources, craft tools and weapons, and then build shelters and fend off hostile creatures and other players. And the game will have a big focus on exploration and survival, while still being a dynamic environment. And here you can hunt, fish, and farm to sustain yourself. And with a detailed crafting system, base building mechanics, and a constant threat of danger, Nomad offers a really immersive experience if you enjoy more sandbox-style survival game. Number 11, Xera Survival, a survival game set in a dystopian future where rogue AI has taken over, and you must navigate through a vast open world, scavenge for resources, craft weapons and gear, and then battle out both hostile robots and other players. And the game has a focus on both PvP and PvE, blending quite intense combat with survival elements. And you will need to manage your health, hunger, and thirst while exploring and looting various locations. And with a dynamic day-night cycle, realistic survival mechanics, and a mix of AI and player threats, this game will definitely challenge you. Number 12, Dead Frontier 2, a survival horror game set in a post-apocalyptic world that is completely overrun by zombies. And you play as one of the survivors, and you need to scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and complete missions to stay alive. And the game emphasizes cooperation with other players that allows you to team up to fight off the hordes of the undead and tackle big bosses. And with really atmospheric environment, real-time combat, and a quite extensive loot table, Dead Frontier 2 offers a gripping survival experience and provides an intense and immersive multiplayer adventure if you are a fan of survival horror games. Number 13, Fallen Earth Classic. Now this MMORPG is set in a post-apocalyptic world, and you'll need to navigate a vast desolate landscape filled with dangers. And the game combines first-person shooter with role-playing elements, offering a quite unique survival experience. You'll need to explore a massive open world, scavenge for resources, craft weapons and gear, and then build settlements. And the game features very deep character customization, a rich crafting system, and faction-based PvP combat. And with an emphasis on survival, exploration, and player interaction, this game is perfect for you if you're a fan of MMORPGs and survival games. Number 14, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, a free-to-play battle royale game that offers a really hilarious and unique take on the genre. And the game is set in a very colorful, physics-driven world that features very wacky characters, absurd movement and weapons. And up to 60 players will drop into a map and fight to be the last one standing. And the game's over-the-top physics and comical style provides a very lighthearted and entertaining experience. Number 15, Deceit, a first-person multiplayer game that'll blend elements of survival horror and psychological thriller. When you first start, you'll wake in a mysterious environment with 5 other players, 2 of whom are infected with a virus. And if you are an innocent, your goal is to escape the area by completing objectives and avoiding the infected. And of course, vice versa if you are the infected. And communication and trust is crucial, and you'll need to work together to uncover the traitors while managing your own survival. And the game has a really intense atmosphere with strategic gameplay and a constant threat of deception. And the game offers a really thrilling and unique multiplayer experience. Number 16, SCP Secret Laboratory, a multiplayer horror game that is set in a fictional world of a laboratory that contains supernatural entities. In this game, you'll take on various roles. This could be a scientist, a guard, an escaped test subject, each with their own objective. And the game is set in a secret research facility where a containment breach has occurred. And you must then navigate the facility, complete their missions, and survive encounters with both human and non-human threats. And with really intense atmosphere, varied gameplay roles, and unpredictable scenarios, the game offers a really gripping and immersive multiplayer horror experience. Number 17, Breached. You wake up on a deserted island all alone, with one goal of staying alive as long as possible. You need to gather resources. This could be wood or stone, and then craft tools and build shelters. The island's environment will present various challenges, including finding food and fresh water, dealing with the wild animals, and surviving the harsh weather conditions. And the game has a big emphasis on exploration, resource management, and crafting to overcome the island's obstacles. And with a big focus on realistic survival mechanics and a very immersive open world environment, this game offers a really challenging and engaging experience if you're a fan of survival games. Number 18, Dead Maze. And Dead Maze is by far one of my favorites on this list. It is a 2D isometric MMO with a big emphasis on co-op and survival in a world completely overrun by zombies. You will need to scavenge for food, water, and supplies while crafting weapons and tools to fend off the undead. And the game focuses heavily on working together with other players to build safe havens, complete missions, and survive the relentless zombie horde. And with a great art style, extensive crafting system, and a strong emphasis on communication, Dead Maze is a really unique game in the survival genre, and it's perfect if you love a co-op gameplay in a post-apocalyptic setting. Number 19, yet another Zombie Defense, a top-down shooter that will challenge you to survive waves of relentless zombie attacks. In this game, you must fortify your position, build defenses, and use a variety of weapons to fend off the undead. And each night will bring more zombies and tougher challenges, requiring more strategic planning and quicker reflexes every night. And the game offers both solo and co-op mode, in case you want to team up with your friends to increase your chance of survival. And the game is very simple but very addictive, and provides a very enjoyable and intense survival experience. Number 20, Walking Zombie 2, a first-person survival RPG game set in a post-apocalyptic post-apocalyptic world overrun by the undead. You play as a young survivor, and you'll need to complete quests, scavenge for resources, and fight off the zombies. The game features a very rich storyline, varied missions, and a wide range of weapons and equipment to collect and upgrade. And with a great blend of shooting, RPG elements, and a strong focus on narrative, Walking Zombie 2 offers a very compelling and engaging survival game experience in a zombie-infested world. Number 21. No More Room in Hell, a first-person survival horror set in a world ravaged by a zombie apocalypse. You will need to work together with other players to complete objectives and survive against relentless waves of zombies. The game has a big focus on teamwork, resource management, and strategic planning, as ammunition and supplies are very scarce. And with a very realistic approach to survival, atmospheric environment, and a very challenging gameplay, No More Room in Hell is a perfect game for you if you love a co-op zombie survival game. Number 22. Infestation: The New Sea. And this open world survival game drops you in a landscape teeming with zombies and other players. And you could choose from various game modes. This could be open world PvP, battle royale, and even survival mode, each offering a very unique experience. And the main gameplay revolves around scavenging for supplies, crafting weapons, and building fortifications to survive, both against the zombies but also other players. And with a vast open world, customizable characters, and an emphasis on player interaction and combat, this game offers a really dynamic and challenging survival experience if you're a fan of zombies and multiplayer games. Number 23. SAS Zombie Assault 4, a top-down shooter that puts you right in the middle as a member of an elite squad tasked with containing a zombie outbreak. You will need to battle through hordes of zombies across various maps, using a wide array of weapons and special abilities. The game features both solo and multiplayer mode, in case you want to team up with your friends. And with fast-paced action, a detailed skill tree, and extensive weapon customization, Zombie Assault 4 offers a really addictive experience if you're a fan of intense zombie survival shooters. Number 24. Codename CURE, a first-person shooter that pits you against hordes of zombies in an action-packed mission. You and your team are part of a special force, and you are tasked with infiltrating and clearing out zombie-infested areas. And the game has a big focus on teamwork and strategy. You can play different character classes, which all offer unique abilities and roles, and each mission will require you to complete objectives while fending off zombies. And with a fast-paced gameplay, cooperative mechanics, and a variety of missions, Codename CURE is really intense and is perfect for any fans of survival or zombie shooter games. Number 25. Zombie Panic Source, another first-person shooter that offers a classic take on the zombie survival genre. In this game, you are divided into two teams. You have the survivors and the zombies. As a survivor, you must scavenge for weapons, ammo, and supplies, while working together to complete objectives and fend off the undead. While as a zombie, on the other hand, your aim is to infect and eliminate all the survivors. And the game has a big emphasis on teamwork, strategic planning, and quick reflexes. And with a great mix of intense action, co-op gameplay, Zombie Panic Source delivers a really thrilling experience if you're a fan of multiplayer zombie games with a survival twist. Now, if you found this review helpful and it gave you some insight, consider hitting the like button. It's free and it helps the channel out a ton. And if you want to see more game reviews, I highly recommend checking out the video on the screen now, and I'll see you in that video.